look at the bishops of the Catholic Church and insult them. Now you look at him and you insult him because he has come to see the president. So when the president has said to you, all is fair in politics, when the Catholic Church is crying about the possibility of having an election that may not be fair, what the president needs to do is to reassure the country. APC and PDP and ADC, they will slug it out in the and even field. When the president continues to tell the public that he will win the election at all costs until we get to the field. Whatever the president wants us to do at the field, we will do it at the field. So for me, I'm not worried about what he wants to do. Whether he will wrestle, he won't wrestle. We will meet at the field. We will meet there. We will meet there. Nigeria has to be rescued, but that's not the issue. The issue is that what the president and his men are doing is insulting my faith. Then you look at a cardinal who, by the way, is appointed by the Vatican. The Catholic Church is the only church in the world that has ecclesiastical sacramental. So you have the Vatican, which is political, and you have the Catholic Church. Then you look at these people and you begin to insult a cardinal. Not only are you insulting a cardinal, we are 35 million Catholics and you're insulting us. The church has the responsibility of speaking truth to power. And they do it from time to time. In the case of Buhari, they protested on the street. Did you hear Buhari insult them? The Catholic Church has no political leaning. In fact, that's where they make a mistake. Cardinal Niko himself supports nobody. I've had several conversations with him. The only thing that pains him is the level of indiscretion and poverty in the country and corruption.
Where should the line be?
Do you know what I'm here?
Yeah.
I just think that they try to intimidate an icon. Because the election is very far away, so they are trying to intimidate him the way that they try to intimidate the population.
Well, that's part of our next conversation this morning with Tunde Bankantini, who is an APC chieftain. He joins us virtually. Good morning and thank you for joining us this morning, Mr. Bankantini.
Good morning, Mr. Makinde. How are you?
Well, we're good and we trust you are as well. Let's take on that conversation that's been on for a bit following the visit of Catholic clerics to the president. A lot of brickbats have been flying around, and this latest one that you just heard is from the former governor of Rivers State and former Minister of Transportation, Mr. Rotimi Amechi. What are your thoughts? What exactly are people not seeing that is probably playing out right here, right now?
Well, you see, with due respect to Amechi, that was total misrepresentation of what happened between the president and the Catholic team that went to see him. That was total misrepresentation on side of Amechi to start with. And you see, some people in government cry more than the bereaved. The president was generous enough, magnanimous enough to sit with these men of God. And they had a discussion. And they agreed on some issue, they disagreed on some issues. Cardinal Olorunfemi John Onoyikan has been somebody this president has a lot of respect for. I recollect back in our days in exile, one of the few voices against Abacha in Abuja, and we always speak about this man. So I don't see the disrespect there. I mean, if you are talking about the spokesman, maybe Daniel Bawal or whatever he calls himself, that's his own take. The president sat with them, listened to them, agreed with them, they disagree with him on issues. It is normal. It is not an issue of disrespecting. No way. If you know this job with Tinubus, they grew up in what we call Popaguda in Lagos, which is Popaguda is the Catholic suburb of Lagos. So the issue of disrespect, the biggest and the first cathedral in Nigeria is the Popaguda Holy Cross Cathedral. So I mean, when you talk about things, you need to be close to someone to know the person very well. So we should stop getting emotional, stop trying to misrepresent to score cheap points. We saw the interview of the State House clearly, right? Cardinal came to our studio, he gave his report, and he said it there himself. The president gave them the audience. After the whole thing, they took pictures together. But if you know who the president is, He takes no prisoners. He will say it's mine. It's human. You understand me? But the problem here is, you see, when you get too visible, you are too consistent, you become a problem. But the attack on Bola Tinubu is not about his government. The attack is politics. The government is performing. So we should not probably mix the two together. These are people who, what they could not achieve, they see in him politically. What they could not achieve in government, they see in him in terms of governance. So it becomes a target for them. And it's only natural. You understand me?
Well, you know, Mr. Bankantini, my apologies. Yeah, my apologies. There are some of the issues that they raise with the president, you know, are no less valid of how severely people are being affected by some of the policies of the federal government. Yes, in some other cases, the federal government has advised that the states should step in and try to mediate so that they make lives easier for their people. But then, is it really out of place, the issues raised, which Cardinal Onaiko also raised on air with some other people?
Well, you see, that's why I said a lot of misrepresentation. The president tell any of them that he has just an issue that is beyond him. No, he responded to them. People are not crying more than the bereaved on this. I've seen some people in Clerical who are not part of this team trying to twist what the man has said. You see, like you said, right, there are issues there. But don't let's be fooled. The microeconomics, our markets, I mean, things are a bit hard. I will not deceive you. People cry. People say things are hard. Some as we speak today, our markets are not empty. I'm not telling you we are not feeding. No, we are feeding. And as I tell you today, the macro of it as well. Nigeria Stock Exchange is the best in the world today. Check it. The best stock market in the world today is Nigeria stock market. It is obvious. They are doing something. That will not be talked about by this government. Go and check it out. I'm telling you with all authority. Our stock exchange today, in dollar term, we are the best right now in the world. We are the best. We are doing better than any other country in the world today. Okay. So what are you talking about?
Well, a number of things have also arisen over time, Mr. Bankantini, and the scandal produced by the PFIPC issue is not abating. House of Representatives is doing its bit now, but then the man himself is already crying wolf, asking that he be allowed to testify as well because he is being made a scapegoat of sorts. I don't know what your claim, what your thoughts are, particularly given the fact that he also said he hasn't been acting alone, and of course, it's not possible for him to have done all of that alone, is it?
You know, that's why I'm worried with some of our institutions in this country. Imagine a Congress in America has demanded someone to be brought to Congress and you disobeyed. No. The police must produce the man to testify. The Speaker of the House must insist on that. So, I mean, we should not try and make it as if the government is covering up. We have seen the head of service, we have seen the Accountant General, Auditor General. The man is claiming that gave him appointment. He said himself, he didn't even know this guy. He never met this guy. He has taken him to court. He has sued him. So, I mean, but the point is that we keep trying so hard to make a mountain out of a molehill. Let them bring this guy out. The police has no right to disobey our parliament in that regard. We need to build, even the president does not have to tell ICPC to probe the issue. They should do it without telling them. They have a role, they have a function, they have a responsibility. We should stop fulfilling these agencies on what to do. Maybe the president needs a cabinet enforcer that will take all these issues, because you don't need the president to tell the police to go and arrest somebody. Something is wrong, something is bad. Like that is your job to do. You don't need to watch what the president wants to say or what the governor wants to say before you know you take your action to understand what's really going on. You have to unravel the facts yourself. That is your job. That is your job, for God's sake.
But then it isn't so far away as well, because we know that some top government officials, just as you have mentioned, the HOS has come out to say that there is a vulnerability in the system that was exploited, and also indications from other sources that this is probably not the only scandal of its kind that we are having to deal with now. What exactly would you propose should be done now, even as the investigations are ongoing on this particular single matter? What are your thoughts on, first of all, the allegations that have been made, the things that have been exposed, the responsibilities that have been taken going forward?
Well, you see, I will agree with it without a doubt. These are an eye-opener. They are lapses. A lot of items are very vulnerable because, you see, Nigerians were, so you forget so easily. And most of us are guilty of abusing the system. I mean, you can imagine back in the days that, do you know how many stewards that people will collect a Nigerian passport for to take them away to be a nanny to their children? Hopefully they are not Nigerian, but thank God that could not happen anymore now. We have a more digitalized system in place. You see, we need to deep down. A lot of little things that we ignore is happening. I'm telling you, what is happening now is an eye-opener. If you could remember, if you go to University Nigeria, we have some people who will be in Unilag, who will be in IFE for the 5 years, but they are not students of the university. But people will be arguing that but they are not really students there. Those are the kind of things that has become our custom. We are used to. But at the end of the day, gradually now, we are taking this, we are trying to separate the chaff gradually from the wheat. And we are doing that. So, but this is not a personal thing. This is something that it should be a revolutionary means in government to sort out a lot of things. And I believe it will be going on by that because a lot of mistakes have been made. People are taking things for granted. That it's a Nigerian matter, we cross it. But right now, with something like this happening, right? I mean, it's a bit of a shame, but it's not too late. It will be addressed. And we hope we will get to the bottom of this matter.
Well, I was actually hoping I would be able to put in a word, Marco, but I guess it's about the much we can take this morning. Mr. Tunde Bankantini, thank you so much for your time and your thoughts on the program today. We appreciate you and we hope to engage you some other time on other issues.
Thank you very much.
And that's the show this morning. Thank you so much for the privilege of being a part of your morning. I'm Mario Makinde. Business Morning is on the hour. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, if you intend to go out in the Federal Capital Territory this morning, it's an overcast day, as you might already have seen. We're going to beg you to please drive carefully and be mindful of other road users. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of your day. I'm Maufe Ogunyisi. Goodbye.